Today we've got a look at the Nikon L35AD2 point and shoot camera. Coming right up. So the last time I won a giveaway, street photographer Alex Jackson Smith, whose work you can check out in the link in the description, left a comment that said, okay, so this I Win Competitions is starting to get real suspicious. You won't believe my good luck, I've actually won 3 more giveaways since then, including the subject of this video, the Nikon L35AD2. Now before we do a quick unboxing and overview of the L35AD2, I want to tell you where I got this camera from. And that is from none other than Lucas over at the Spilt Milk channel here on YouTube. If you love thrift store point and shoot cameras like I do, I highly recommend you check out the Spilt Milk channel. They've got a series on Spilt Milk called Value Shooters, where they give away a camera every Friday. Let me say that again. They give away a camera every Friday. No, I'm not kidding. Lucas scours the local thrift stores in Toronto and picks up some great bargain cameras, shoots a roll through each camera, posts the results here on YouTube, and then gives the camera away. And that's how I won this Nikon L35AD2. You can find him over on Instagram at Cronenberg1997. I'll leave links down in the description so you can check out his stuff. Now I can't wait to check out this camera, so let's go ahead and open her up. The L35AD2 may look familiar to anybody that's watched my review of the Nikon L35AF because they are in the same series. The L35AF was introduced in 1983 and this one came along 2 years later in 1985. There are a couple of notable differences. Now I've got my L35AF here. We're going to take a look at these side by side. One of the obvious differences you can see is this has a removable lens cap. This one does not. This one actually has a lens cover integrated with the on-off switch here right around the barrel. You can see that both of these have 35mm focal length lenses with a maximum aperture of f2.8. The original model has a 5-element lens. The lens on this one is reported to be a 4-element lens. Another important difference is the L35AF here does have a filter thread around the lens here. And the new model does not. I don't use filters a lot, so that's not really a major factor for me either way. Another thing you see here is this ring around the lens is how you change the ISO or EI value. And on the later model, there's an automatic integrated DX code reader right inside here. Another obvious difference on the back here, you can see a data back on the new model. Not here on this one. Again, data backs are not something I really take advantage of that much, so that's probably not a major factor for me either. The data back does make this model, the new one, a little bit thicker than the original. Both of them run on common AA batteries, takes 2 AA batteries. And both models have a focus range from 0.8 meters to infinity, and both of them have shutter ranges from 1/8 of a second to 1/430th of a second. Another minor difference is that the grip and texture on this one, the texture is a little bit more pronounced on the new model than it is on the original. I've been able to spend a couple hours shooting HP5+ in the Nikon L35AD2, and before we take a look at the images, I wanted to go ahead and share some footage from the day of the shoot. I went up to Mansfield, Ohio, which is a little less than an hour's drive from my home here in Westerville. It's about halfway between Columbus and my hometown of Akron, Ohio. I took a lot of these images on the site of the old abandoned Westinghouse complex. Now, I had taken photos here years ago on my Lomo LCA, and back then there were many more buildings still standing. Today there's only 2 buildings left, so that really underscores the importance of documenting your surroundings because you never know when things are going to change. You can see from this footage that I was lucky enough to have some trains roll through to add a little more visual interest to the images too. I also headed south to the Linden area of Columbus to finish off my roll of HP5+, which I developed with the Cinesto DF96 monobath and scanned with my Epson V550. I was pretty happy with the way the L35AD2 rendered these images. Everything I liked about the original L35AF, I like about this camera too. I do think that the lens cover design and on-off switch is better on this model, so that's a bonus. I don't have real strong feelings about the whole DX coating thing because most of the film I shoot is DX coated already, and I shoot most of my film at box speed. But if you do a lot of pushing or pulling, you may want to stick with the L35AF. So again, if you're looking for a fairly compact Nikon point and shoot with a fast f2.8 lens, but you don't want to pay big money for a 35 Ti, the L35AD2 remains another solid choice. If you find one for $5.99 like Lucas, great. If you win one for free like I did, hey, even better. If you want to see more of my camera reviews, film reviews, and giveaways, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, you can give it a thumbs up down below, and if you really like it, feel free to share it on social media. You can always find more of my photography on Instagram at TheOldCameraGuy. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, do some good, have some fun, and shoot some film.